Here we go again. Take 2 on pre-ordering a Nintendo Switch 2. But now that we've waited and the sticker price is sunk in, do we still want to drop the cash? We finally know what kind of game Bungie's Marathon is going to be, and maybe the Oblivion Remaster will be out by the time you hear this intro. Plus, Joelle gives us a breakdown on the hot new game, Blueprints. All this and more in the GoGCast, so let's get into it.
Get ready for the Girls on Games podcast, your weekly dose of news, reviews, and everything video games. Always served with a good helping of hype and just a pinch of salt. And now, your host, Leah.
Hello and welcome to another Girls on Games podcast. My name is Leah. I'm the host of this show. This is episode number 491, and I'm joined around this digital table by Catherine. Hello.
Hello.
So much better when the internet is working, right?
We've restarted this like 3 times.
Yes, because my internet decided it just didn't want to work today. Joelle, how are you, my dear?
Hello. Oh, I just, if someone wants to ship me into space for 11 minutes, I could probably do a hard reset. That'd be nice.
Oh my God, yeah. Please,
I'd like to be
delete the internet.
An astrologer and an astronomer and learn string theory all in one sentence.
Yes, you can do
cool.
It. All right. All right, let's get through some housekeeping before we get into the meat and potatoes of the show. If you enjoy this show, you can subscribe and have it auto-downloaded to the podcast platform of your choice, like Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Podbean. If you'd like to get some merch that's Girls on Games branded, you can do that by going to designbyhumans.com/shop/girlsongames. Maybe you'd like to give us a tip, maybe buy us a coffee. You can do that by going to our Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/girlsongames. Before we get into the crew check-in, as mentioned last episode, we are fastly approaching episode 500 of the Girls on Games podcast.
There
For Catherine and I feel like we're now like archaic, but that's okay. In the world of podcasting, there's not many that come around for 500 episodes, and Joelle is coming in now on a good 100 and something for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think I'm closing in on the twos.
Yeah, you're getting there.
So
we collectively had a chat, and we're like, what do we do in celebration? Because obviously we've hit some milestones before, and we don't want to repeat the same things we've done in the past. So the idea here is to do a community version of Game On. We're going to call it Game On 500. So be a game master for a round of Game On. Choose your game that you want to, listeners, friends, community members, and you can do 5 rounds live on the podcast with us. So we will be your gamers. You create the game you want to play, or use one of the ones that we have done in the past, including, we're going to start like a Discord channel within the server explaining all of these, because, we've done so many different things over the years, but some of the ones that we remembered off the top of our head as we were writing these down included Walk Down Memory Card Lane, 2 Lies and a Truth, Badly Described Video Games, Super Steam Reviews, Quotable and Notable, Video Game Easter Egg Hunt, Higher or Lower, Geography Challenge, Video Game Trivia, Jeopardy, and Video Game Foodies. Now, you can pick one of those, or riff on one of those, or create something totally all your own, and then just message in that channel, and we will use that to take submissions for anybody who would like to jump in on a live recording of the podcast and play the game with us. We right now don't know exactly the schedule, considering we're going to have a wee break in the middle of May as Catherine and I head out to Mexico for a bit. So we'll set the real date when we're back, for when the recording will be and all that kind of stuff. But it's looking to be early July, so it gives everybody a bit of time. We'll reiterate this in each podcast episode for the near future until we get close, but then we'll figure out a cool recording time that works for most folks to be able to jump in and play a Game On with us, which I'm pretty excited about.
yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
so
that'd be great.
So we will have the Discord channel thing up around the time this podcast airs, maybe a little bit before. But yeah, feel free to ask us any questions in there. Tell us if you don't want to do it live and want to have someone else read it for you. We can bring in some celebrity guests. Maybe they will do the game for us if you're feeling shy, or if you want to pre-record it and pass it in for us. We've got options here, or just come on and do the game here live with us in the GoGCast. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
We don't bite.
Yeah, and the live giggling, the actual, having the video chat and seeing our reaction and us trying to think and muster the answers is 90% of the fun.
It is.
Yes, it is definitely not. I mean, maybe we might have to put that episode up as a video.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, indeed.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So, yeah, exciting. Stay tuned. That should be really fun. Let's get into the crew check-in. Easter weekend, long weekend for some of us. Kat, did you do anything fun?
I did. I went to see my mom, and I did shit fuck all. The weather was terrible.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we thought maybe we would go to the spa early Saturday, avoid the crowds, because it is a long weekend, and she lives near a very touristy area with ski resorts and stuff and hotels. And mind you, it's not the ski season, but people like to rent cottages around that area, so that the spas around there can get mobbed really quick. But the weather was cold and rainy, and neither myself or my mom loved the spa enough for us to be out of the spa in the cold rain. -20 in the middle of winter, I'll do it. I don't care. I did that, walking around in the snow and then jumping in the bath and keeping your toque on. That was fine. In the rain, that can fuck right off. So we just ended up, just cooking food, hanging out. In between two rainfalls, we went walking around in her neighborhood just to get out of the house a bit. And of course, Sunday, which is the day I was coming home because of my scheduling, it was a beautiful sunny day with perfect weather. I was like, of course, that I'll get to enjoy this perfect weather on the train as I head back to Montreal. But it's been pretty quiet. Pascal had a flu, so he stayed home. But also, one of us has to stay home with our elderly cat that needs medication. So I went there with my friend Uva, who's a friend with me since high school. So she knows my mom. So she was like, I have plans, but I could use a free meal. I'm like, I could use a free ride up north. So she came up, we had dinner. She slept one night, had breakfast with us, and then came back home because she has a lot of stuff to do over the weekend. I stayed an extra day. So that's really all I did. I did analog stuff. I lived like a boomer for 48 hours. I grabbed one of her crossword books and a pencil and made crosswords. It was amazing while drinking hot herbal tea and
She's in her grandma era.
I was in my grandma era. We were talking about I don't know, insurance coverage and
amazing.
Filing our taxes.
Medication? Was medication on the bingo card?
No.
Okay.
However, physiotherapy was on.
Oh.
We discussed
the weather. The weather always has to be something.
Yeah, the weather. Well, my friend Uva was there, and she's a cyclist. She does long distance cycling, so she's obsessed with the weather because it affects everything about her life from April to mid-November. And after that, it's what am I saying? After that, it's ski and snowboard season all year. She's obsessed with the weather. So we talked about the weather. Yeah. So it was pretty quiet. A nice analog weekend away from my computer, away from my consoles. But once in a while, you just got to go in a house in the middle of the woods and just really live for the next meal.
And snooze.
I fucking nap. I never nap. Saturday afternoon, we were talking, and I was like doing a crossword, and I'm like, yo, I'm actually falling asleep. And my mom was like, you should just lay down. And I'm like, is that what you do when you feel like sleepy? And she's like, yeah.
Lay down.
You don't drink coffee or Red Bull and power through? What?
Yeah, or you just figure out, I should be doing something that she was like, no. So I did what any good self-serving retired person would do, and I got up, went to my bedroom, face planted in bed, and woke up like an hour later.
Nice.
There you go.
Don't knock a nap. Joelle, did you do anything fun? Now, you guys don't have like the same kind of long weekends as we do, right?
No.
In the US?
Because, we don't... You would think, given what's currently going on, that we would get the whole week off of Easter, but... I guess not. So anyway, no, we have no official time off. If you want to take time off, some companies offer like floating holidays, so you can take it if you'd like. But as far as I know, like schools don't have. Sometimes if Easter falls like on a weekday or weird thing, they'll do that. But no, typically we don't have any time off. So I did get together with a friend though and tried a Korean fried chicken joint by me. And
love that.
I went on the menu and I'm like, this place, it will either be delicious or it will be sub-mediocre. And I was so happy to say that it was the best thing I have eaten in a really long time. The chicken was so juicy and crispy, and I got Korean barbecue and a new sauce that for the life of me I will not pronounce correctly. But it was like tangy, almost like a sweet and sour kind of on fried chicken, and it was so good. It was so good. It's called Bonchon, and there's a few locations around the state, and I couldn't believe how delicious it was. I looked absolutely atrocious eating this thing because I got bone-in wings because that's just what I had to do. And I had it all over my face. I got some in my hair. I have long hair. It was like gooping all over the place, but I was so happy, and I didn't have to impress the friend I was having lunch with, so I just went all carnivore on it, and it was fabulous.
You know the best
food?
Yeah.
The best food is messy food.
Yes. It's so messy.
Yeah.
A barbecue place doesn't hit unless you leave with the sauce in your hair.
Yeah. And they didn't, I was slightly set up because they didn't offer any like wet napkins or like things like anything wet. It was all dry napkin. And I just thought like, this is a setup. And then the chopsticks. I had to, and I thought, well, what else am I left to do?
Use your fingers, man.
What's a gal to do? I know, so I just went full cave woman on that. And they had a side of coleslaw, which was super good, and we got bulgogi bao buns, which
steamed buns.
Oh my gosh, they were phenomenal. I just thought to myself, I can't believe I haven't been here earlier. It was fabulous. So I will 100%. I need to find a one closer to my house, and I will 100% be ordering that on the daily. So
now I need to go. There's a spot here in Toronto called Bommy Boys, and they do like fried chicken in the bao buns, and it's so good. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll go get that for lunch tomorrow.
Oh, it's so good. So I did that, and then I also had a friend over for Easter, and I cooked my first Easter ham. I had never cooked a ham before, which I think because there's so much meat on a ham, and I always felt like this is too much just for like one person.
Yeah.
And but I did find a really good bone-in ham, and I wanted it so I could make bone like ham soup after.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely did that, and I didn't also realize that a ham is like you're basically reheating the ham.
Yeah, it's already cooked.
Yeah, it's cured. Well, it's cured.
Yeah.
Well, it says fully cooked. The packaging said fully cooked.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was just, you're just slowly reheating it in the oven, and then I did a Coca-Cola glaze because I heard that like some of the best places have like a Dr. Pepper or Coca-Cola glaze. So I did like a Dijon brown sugar Coca-Cola glaze on the ham, and that turned out spectacular. So that was pretty good. So I'm like, all right, now I know a ham is just you're basically a slow reheat on the thing, so I don't have to really worry about it too much. So
I was out at Mike's family's in Gatineau, and they smoked the ham, but it was already cooked that, right? You're essentially just reheating it and adding your own flavors on top, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're right that it's a lot of food. Like my mom did the Easter ham, but it was like, us four plus my sister, her daughter, her daughter's boyfriend. It was just like, and whomever like high school friends we had that could make it to the house that didn't have planned for Easter would just show up and have some fucking ham. She would do because we're fucking cliche, she would do a maple syrup and mustard and clove sauce.
Oh, maple syrup. That might be better than the Coke. I think I'm going to try that. I'm going to try the maple syrup one.
Well, Coke is probably more accessible and cheaper depending where you are, but you're close enough to the border there that you can get some good maple syrup.
Oh yeah, we have maple syrup, and then where we are, there's Minnesota has its own syrup, and we have we have access to lots of local syrups.
You don't have to pay like through the nose for the stuff that tastes okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not. Yeah, we're not doing any like major corporation. We're not doing an old log cabin like maple syrup. Like we're doing the the real deal. We're doing the real deal.
Yeah, they buy the pre-made whatever packaging, and then they just if the name of the sugar shop is not printed on some plain Avery label and then slapped onto it, I don't want it.
Yeah, if there's no, it needs no logo. There should be no logo.
Yeah,
it should look like it came from a basement. Like, like that's what you want.
And you read on the label, and it just says like whatever like
town
and like the guy's name.
Yeah,
just and the
Bernie.
guy's fucking generic name.
Yeah, Bernie
something
it's son.
Good maple syrup.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want. So yeah, I should try that. But the cola was good. It worked. Like cola for if you're in a pinch, like cola for the win, man. I definitely will do it again, and then also because there's so much you can do with the ham. Like I said, I'm gonna make the bone was the real like enticer for me. So I'll make some bone and ham soup, and then also the ham tasted so good. I didn't skimp on the ham. Like I got nice ham. And so that made all the difference. You can make like egg bake with it. You can do a million different things with it. So it was a nice little adventure. And then I tried to make focaccia, and I don't know, for the life of me, it didn't. I overbaked it. I don't know if my yeast was bad or the recipe that I used wasn't. I don't know. It just didn't turn out. And to me, I was like, this is gross. And my friend was like, this is the best thing ever. So I'm just like, fresh baked bread is fresh baked bread, but now I'm at the point where I'm like, this is a disaster.
Badly made bread at home is still better than store-bought bread.
It is true, but it was a flop in my opinion, but still a hit. So win-win.
Nice. Yeah, we did the ham. We had turkey too. I remember Mike's dad was sitting at the table and we were eating dinner. He's like, "It's a lot of work for half an hour of eating," and I'm like, "You're right." But we were sent home with a pile of ham, and yes, been snacking on that. But yeah, was gone essentially Friday to Sunday, and then I took Monday off. So today to recuperate, and I got to go see my sister and my brother-in-law and my niece. So that was fun. Mike and I went. She's getting so cute. But there's tons of stuff content-wise released. Mike and I decided to start watching White Lotus finally. So we're almost on season 1. We have 2 episodes left.
Oh. So jealous you get to experience it for the first time again.
We're on episode 4, done 4 of 6, and we're like, we don't know what this is. So I'm curious. This is going to be fun. And I like how it's not super long. Like it's 6 episodes. Right. Next season I think is 7 episodes. So yeah.
Season 2's the best season.
Yeah, and then we had the emotional roller coaster ride of watching the episode, Season 2, Episode 2 of The Last of Us. I obviously knew it was going to happen. Michael didn't. We were both not good after. Did you watch it, Joelle?
I have only watched episode 1. I have not watched episode 2 yet, but I have heard some reactions to it. So I'm trying to remain neutral, but I probably am going to try to watch it tonight before I go to bed. But yeah, I did watch season. I loved the first episode. I thought
the first episode was great.
Yeah.
This episode is better.
Okay.
And an emotional roller coaster ride.
Oof.
So,
all right.
I don't know if it's what you want to watch right before going to bed.
Oh.
You may want to have something afterwards
to
change your mindset.
Oh. Well, my comfort now is binging pet grooming videos.
Oh my god, yes.
Because that's the only thing that brings me joy lately. So I'll have to watch one of those maybe while I'm in bed.
Yes.
Before
watching the girls with the dogs?
Yes.
Oh my
I
god.
love
I
so
love
much.
them so much.
They're so awesome.
Yes.
I watch so many different ones too that come up my feed. I love the ones when they do like the shaping of their fur too. Oh my god! And they turn them into little they look like toys at the end. I'm like, oh my god.
That's just it. I'm just like, yes, you're so dirty, and then you get so clean, and then you are either very happy or grumpy, and oh yeah, I
love it.
It's just my mental health hangs on this.
Yeah, definitely have that locked and loaded for after this episode.
All right, sounds good.
And I guess now we're going to talk about this more in a bit, but going to have to stay up late tomorrow night and actually be awake at midnight to attempt to attempt to pre-order a Switch 2.
Oh,
because I looked up when released, times are supposed to be when they're dropping the orders and stuff. Mm-hmm. And now mostly what I've seen is US, and it's midnight Eastern.
Yep, so for me, that will be 11 o'clock, and I will 100% be awake and trying to pre-order a Switch 2.
Yeah, because it's the 24th. Oh, no, it's 24th.
It's Wednesday.
So that would be Wednesday night into...
Yeah.
Okay, Wednesday night into Thursday. All right, so that's not so bad. I want to make sure I have it. No, I have it put as the 23rd here. I'm moving it over in my calendar now.
Yeah, don't stay up.
Don't stay up late tomorrow night. All right, so Wednesday night, we have to be ready with our trigger figures saying, buy now! Order me! Yes. Mm-hmm. We'll talk more about that in a bit. But yeah, Fantasy Leagues. Guys, I'm not going to lie. It was a pretty boring week in both groups. On the podcast league, points, nothing. Bids, none. Drops, none. Rank remains, Leah Cat Joelle. So really not that exciting. On the community league, a little bit of action. Bionic Bay released on April 17th, and that was on Margot's list. Critic of 87.17. There was also a bid. Chronos The New Dawn was won by Ross with a bid of $6. Nobody dropped anything. And that means Margot currently sits at number 1 in the standings, followed by Pat, then Stainsby Kingsby, then Albang, Ross, Kat, Fred, me, NJK, Darth Stridius, Jessica Starr, Simon, Phoenix, and Joelle. And Joelle still doesn't have a game released.
That's all right. I'm not sweating. Not sweating yet.
Playing the long game.
Playing the long game.
Oh, I knew when I picked my games. I was I'm gonna come in. I'm either gonna crash and burn, or I'm gonna come in clutch.
Mm-hmm. Blue shell, that's motherfucker.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
So, video game wise, sounds like maybe for me and Kat, a calm week. Kat, I just, continue my 2-point museum run. How are you doing with South by Midnight?
I thought I would be done this weekend. Mm-hmm. But then I played some Elden Ring board game with Pascal.
I gotcha.
He's got you now.
I think I have a chapter or 2 left. So I will definitely finish this week. I have a calm week I don't have a lot. Last week I had like stuff almost almost every night after work. So leading up to me not being there for Easter. So I basically like stopped playing. We recorded the review and haven't touched the game until like yesterday, I want to say. So but yeah, I'll finish it this week. I had brought my Razer Nishi to maybe play through Cloud. And then I looked at the size of my phone and I was like, this will not do this game justice. I need to see all the things. So yeah.
I would have been curious to know what it played like though.
Same.
For science.
Yeah, for science.
For science.
But like I said, I ended up living like a boomer instead.
That's okay. Understood. Joelle, how about you?
I stayed up late after the pod recording last week, and I finished South of Midnight because I just couldn't take it anymore. So I did finish it. I will say the end, I'm not gonna lie, maybe got a little grindy, little combat grindy. But when I wanted to play the game and then listen to reviews after it because I kind of wanted to go in with a neutral, like no one else's little whisper in my ear about their thoughts. So I went back and I listened to some reviews, and Greg Miller from the Kind of Funnies cast crew said that he found the combat and gameplay a little repetitive. So I didn't realize this, but in the options you can turn off combat. And you can just play the game like a story if you'd like with traversal and things like that. So I was like, I wish I would have known that because I would have done that towards probably in the last like 2 chapters. I probably would have done that. And I think that would have helped the end game for me pack a little more punch. So I'm so glad I played this game. It's 100% worth finishing. You know, just know that that's an option for you if you find yourself just getting a little frustrated with like arena, same enemies. So, but I was like, I just wanted to share that tidbit. I also did try it on my ally, and I found that the game was eating my inputs a bit. So then combat became real frustrating. And traversal became really frustrating just because there was a big delay. And I fiddled with it for like a little bit. I honestly didn't try too hard. And then I just decided, kind of like Kat, this was a game I wanted to experience with a larger screen where I could really enjoy all the graphics and all of the aesthetics and ambiance that it had to offer. So like it was fine, but I had a better experience on the PC, so I just went back to that.
Cool. Mm-hmm. So what's next for you?
So then I finished, so I was like, well, I did that in an evening into maybe a little early morning. So then everyone was talking about Blueprints and popping off, and it's on Game Pass. So I decided, like, all right, I'm gonna give her a try. And if you're a fan and you remember like Myst,
don't say that. Is it like that?
It is like if Myst and the House on Haunted Hill, like where you uncover room tiles, like if they had a baby. And then
no, don't say that to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So if you are a puzzler, if you love to walk into the mists of mystery and to uncover little clues and play little puzzles, this is the game for you. It's a roguelike exploration of your long-lost grandfather's mansion, and he bequeaths upon you an inheritance if you get to the 46th room tile. And so your whole quest is going into the mansion every day, which is like a run. And you go to these doors, and it's first person. And I was a little like uncertain because me and first persons don't mix well. But I can play this game. So So you unlock doors, which brings up room tiles, and you choose which room tile to place in your grid. And then as you uncover the room tiles, the mystery unfolds, and you're trying to get to a certain spot on the grid. And there's collectibles, there's mysteries, there's little puzzles along the way. Everything is a clue. The game encourages you to take notes on the game as you go, because who knows how it might help you. Also, it's not just the mansion that you have to focus on. There's the grounds of the mansion that you can go and explore that will also help you gain your inheritance. So, my first 2 runs were totally atrocious. I got completely locked in like a little square and a little circle as I was choosing my rooms. I didn't really look at any guides or any help or anything. I have heard that this game is a little challenging. Like, it's very like highbrow puzzle, I guess, if you wish. So I'm 4 runs in. I'll play a few more runs. And then if I decide that I kind of want to advance a little bit quicker, I may look up some guides. But it is really fun. It works great on the iLite. Like, it's a great game to play on the go. And there's no voice acting. It's all just like kind of point and click and puzzles. And really got me hooked. So it's pretty fun.
Sweet. That sounds great. I had no idea. Like, I saw that pop up in games that people had voted for in the Fantasy Critic, and then saw some people talking about it online. But work's been so crazy that I've been a little disconnected in that sense. So to hear that this is that kind of game, I'm pretty intrigued, and on Game Pass, so I can just go and get that downloaded and ready to go for when I'm ready to, or I'm too frustrated with my museum and DuBois Museum.
Yeah, and it's great because, also there's some runs where you're just like, I want to just uncover room tiles, and that's all you want to do. So it's not going to be like a serious kind of go, you know, so you can make the runs as long as you wish. The one thing that's kind of cool too is that you have, what kind of binds you to a run is that you explore the mansion, and you always get there at the same time, and you have a certain amount of steps. You have 50 steps that you start with each day. And each time you enter a new room, you use a step.
Okay.
And that's even if you backtrack. So your step counter goes down every time you enter or exit a room, essentially. And or an area. So then either you find the room 46 that you're looking for, or you run out of steps, or you get locked in your grid, and then you have to start over, and you can't stay the night. And so every run you have to start over with new items, and then the grid starts over, so you do new rooms, etc., and new things get uncovered along the way. And it's not... I found some parts of Myst like scary, just like a little spooky. That really doesn't give off that vibe for me here. So I found that a little more comforting. But the art style is really cool, and like I said, it'd be great to play like on a phone or on the go. So, but yeah, it's if you're interested in that, it's definitely something worth checking out. Some people have like said it's their game of the year this year.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll have to check that out. Sweet. All right, moving on now to Game On. Joelle, I think it's your Game On this week?
It is.
Ooh, what do you got for us to play?
All right, so, I don't know if you heard of this, but the U.S. women's hockey team won Worlds. And you know who they played. Did you know who they played?
Canada.
They played Canada and won in overtime. Sorry, not sorry.
Nice.
So I thought it'd be really fun to play a game combining like hockey terms with the other favorite thing about this channel besides video games, which is food.
Oh,
Yes.
And so I was inspired. I'm watching Top Chef, which is an American cooking competition, and they did a challenge where the chefs had to figure out their ingredients for the dish that they're going to cook by guessing which food went with which hockey slang term.
Okay.
Okay, so if I said in hockey, or no, sorry, if I said, like, what is a pass? Like, there's a pass, and then what is the equivalent, like, food term to go with a pass?
An equivalent food term to go with a pass. I don't know.
I should know this.
No, so it's a dish. So, like, if you pass someone, like, you dish it to them. Like you're serving, like, a dish.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We'll see how this goes.
Okay.
I decided it'd be kind of fun. So we'll see it. We'll just roll with it a bit. So
hopefully I've watched enough Letterkenny for this.
Yeah.
We'll see. This may be educational for everyone. I just thought it was a kind of a fun little difference of just, like, hockey and food. So, okay.
All right, let's get chirping, buds.
So then we, what would a puck be equivalent to in the culinary world?
A steak?
No.
Oh, that's what we call when my mom has, like, these vegan, like, burger replacement, we call them pucks.
Oh boy.
We're like, throw a puck on the barbecue for mom.
That's funny. Maybe Kat and I can talk this out. Maybe, Kat, we're supposed to be talking about, like, if the puck is the thing that you can score with, maybe there's something about food that it has to, you know.
It is shaped like a puck, but it is not a protein.
It is not a protein.
It is not a protein.
But it's shaped like a puck.
But it is shaped like a puck.
Like a mushroom top?
No. To that overthinking.
Shaped like a puck.
What's a circle? What's a cylinder? A stout cylinder in food.
Yeah, is it like a bread?
You're
a burger bun?
Warmer. You're getting warmer.
An English muffin?
Oh, so close. So close.
Oh my god.
A bagel?
It's a biscuit.
A biscuit.
A biscuit. A puck is a biscuit.
Okay.
Also, to be fair, on the episode, they did have a pro hockey player and 2-time gold medalist Natalie Spooner.
Oh.
On there to, like, confirm. So just so you know that I'm not totally, like, off my keister here.
Okie dokie.
All right. So the next one, what would they call an assist? Do you know this one?
An assist?
So I know what an assist... Yeah, assist is someone who passed the puck before the person who scored the goal. Yeah. So they gave it to the person who got the goal. So you get a point for that. Mm-hmm.
Like a sous chef is an assist?
No, it's not related. It's a
dish.
It's a food.
It's a food. It's an individual singular food.
Potatoes?
Nope. Wrong direction.
A condiment?
Nope.
A drink?
No, it's a singular thing. It is not. It is whole by itself.
A soup?
Nope.
God.
Salad?
It is something that you can eat, you just grab and eat it with your hand. You can grab it.
Banana?
And eat it with your hand. So close. It's
apple.
Yes, it's an apple.
Why is an apple called an assist?
Yeah, why is an apple an assist?
Ask Natalie Spooner. I don't know. That's what she said. They say, like, if you get an assist, it's like nice apple. I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm starting to get, like, this is the slang they use behind the bench.
Yeah. It's like hockey player slang.
Okay.
Sorry.
So they call
that was
the
hockey.
Right.
No, it's just me. I'm starting to wrap my head around it. I was like, so.
I was thinking about this the wrong way too, Kat. I wasn't thinking about, like, when you calling the puck a biscuit. So, like, people, like, actually refer to it. Oh, you got the biscuit in the net. You know, like, that kind
exactly.
of thing, right?
And it's like,
and calling it assist an apple. But I've never heard that before. But it makes sense. Assist a apple. You know, you got the apple. That kind of thing. Okay, now I see where this is going.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, I was like, but yeah, so it's like what the hockey players would call. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have 5 more. So
okay. All right. Let's see if we can do this.
So the next one is a shot that should have been stopped.
Like, it was a goal. It was like
a cheese.
So yeah, a shot that went into the net, but it should have been stopped. Like an easy shot. What is that called?
Is it a cheese?
It is not a cheese.
An easy shot. Michael!
I wondered how this would go.
He listens to all these hockey dudes talking podcasts and stuff.
An easy peasy lemon squeezy.
It's more of like hey, you should have stopped that, goalie. So it's a bit of like maybe a little derogatory, but it's a delicious type of I'll give it a pastry.
Oh, is it a donut?
Nope.
A delicious pastry.
Thought you would have missed.
Like a flapjack? Like a pancake?
No, that's a good guess. So that's very logical.
A Timbit? A donut hole?
Nope.
Okay, a pastry. A croissant?
No.
You almost made me drop a croissant.
Croissant.
You should have stopped that croissant. A croissant.
Because I wanted a fresh croissant. Sorry, I am going way off.
Sometimes you incorporate fruit in it to make it yummy. Or lemon poppy.
Is it a pie?
Bagel? A muffin?
A muffin!
A muffin. Why? Because he muffed the shot?
Yeah, you muffed. Well, no, you got it in. It's like nice muffin. You duster. You know, like you missed.
Okay, obviously we're well out of the loop on the hockey slang. And man, how did these people on fucking Top
Well,
Chef
I know, like when
this?
you miss, like I know the French Canadian expression. When you miss something, like when you fucked up or you
muffed on that one. Yeah,
to muffit that shot. So I guess maybe it's from that you muff that.
Yeah, it's a goalie, but it's the goalie not getting it.
It's an easy shot that they miss. So the goalie muffed it.
Oh.
All right. Hopefully this will be a little bit easier. A game ending in 0. Round. Think round.
Pizza?
Nope.
Pie?
It's a singular. Nope. Nope.
An egg?
Yes, an egg.
Oh.
An egg. All right. This one is kind of similar to a muffin, but apparently it's a little bit different. When the goalie is unable to stop an easy shot.
Like, because he's like, he should have stopped it, but then the defenseman got in his way.
Yeah. We're back to apple territory.
Okay.
Like a fruit. It's a fruit.
Orange, pineapple, banana, kumquat, kiwi. I'm just saying fruit now.
I know. Think of round fruits.
Melon.
Nope.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Melon, apple, orange, plum?
Citrus. Citrus is good. Keep on the citrus.
Lemon?
Lime, a lemon, an orange, a grapefruit.
A grapefruit. It's like you should have. It's so easy.
Should have stopped that grapefruit.
You should have stopped the grapefruit.
Wow.
Because it's
All
big
right.
than a puck.
Okay. You know, there was some discussion online that these were totally made up, so I apologize.
I think so.
But it was on TV, so it's true. So
it was on American TV, so I don't know. It doesn't have to be true.
I don't know what else it told you. I don't know. It's on the internet, on TV, it's true. All right, tape wrapped around the end of a hockey stick. This is a candy.
We just called it a knob.
Oh, but what is there? Is there a specific kind of knob?
Hobnob? What is that? I don't even know. Knob? Candy knob?
A lollipop?
Sugar knob? Licorice knob?
Licorice knob!
Yeah, they fucking made this shit up, Joelle.
All right,
no
well, there's one more. There's one more. All right. Well, it was for a show. So, all right. A shot. I tried a shot puck that hangs in the net for a second.
A floater. Floaty, a smoothie, an ice cream float.
Something that's like sticky. That like is
toffee.
Like you bite it and you're like bleh, bleh, bleh,
gum.
You know, nope. It's a
peanut butter.
Peanut butter. There you go.
No way. Is it peanut butter?
It's peanut butter, yeah. Like it hangs in the net for a second. It's like sticky like peanut butter.
My God, how did these people get this? Because I'm like thinking about like all the episodes, like all my years playing hockey and my brother's slang and the stuff that I hear through Mike and then like Shorzy. and I'm like, I don't know. I was actually really expecting you to talk about chiclets. Because that's what they talk about, teeth. You get your chiclets knocked out.
Yeah.
Chiclets. They didn't... Well, they maybe didn't want the chefs to make a dish about chiclets. So maybe that's why.
Oh, so they had to take this stuff and make a dish about it?
Yeah, so they...
The poor person who got a licorice knob.
Yeah. Yeah. So like one of them was like a biscuit, apple, muffin, egg, grapefruit, peanut butter. Yeah. So... All right, well, that was a totally made up hockey game that means nothing. Excellent.
Nice. All right. Let's take a wee break and we'll come back with a few news stories to chat about. All right, and we're back with some news to cover, but first, Joelle had to make a little bit of a interesting modification to get her headphone to work. Talk about it, Joelle.
Okay, I have wow. You had... Well, the game was so terrible. Fine. So I have a SteelSeries headset, which I love. I love the SteelSeries headset. I have the one with the dongle. And I lost my long charging cord. And the only other way I can charge this thing is through a different... I have like the old like Android port on this thing. It's not USB-C.
Oh, yes. Okay, like the micro USB kind of thing.
Yes, thank you. The micro USB. So I have a really short cord, and so I'm holding a external battery like a 90s phone up. Oh, like a... and so
like
I'm holding
a walkie-talkie.
This, like a walkie-talkie there, Frank, to my headset as we're recording this, so my headset doesn't die, so I can hear the lovely Leah and Kat. So great. That's great.
Well, I'm glad it lasted at least half the pod, so we'll get through the back half now, and hopefully your arm won't go to sleep on you.
Well, we're in it now, so
there we go. All right. Where do we want to start with this news of the week? Considering we already kind of talked about it, let's jump right into Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders, which we got word are actually happening now. We have a date, April 24th, as we talked about before, for both Canada and the US at the same time. So that's something we didn't talk about last week because the week before last week I think the week before we were kind of rubbing it in Joelle's face because, the Americans were delayed and we weren't in Canada. And then they decided to delay Canada too. And then we conveniently didn't talk about it last week. So conveniently. Now it looks like it's back on the table. So by the time that this podcast comes out, maybe some of us will actually have pre-orders locked down. Kat and Joelle, you still game to attempt to buy one?
I'm looking at that $700 price for the Mario Kart bundle, and I am starting to waver.
Ooh, that's interesting to hear. I wonder if other people are too, considering like the hype has come down a little bit, right? Because we are at a distance from the initial look-see. Even though, like, late last week, they did have a direct that was specifically for Mario Kart Tour. World? Mario Kart World.
So now I'm wondering, do I wait for their next wave of pre-orders? Like, do I set out? Because I have a group.
Wait till June?
Because I have a group chat. With my Nintendo family group, big air quotes. So 6 of us sharing the family thing for Nintendo Online for like $7 each. And a lot of people are not getting the new one. just because they're like, they're like, it's expensive. My current Switch still works. I mostly use it with my kids. They don't give a shit about the new Mario Kart, depending on the age group of their children. And there's like a lot of the games they want to play, they already have, or they're going to be on Switch. So a lot of people are just like, a lot of them are also mostly PC gamers. So I was like, okay. I just spent $500 to get a secondhand PlayStation that I have yet to turn on beyond setting it up. So now I'm like, do I really need it like right the fuck now? For $700 because I wanted to get the bundle because it gets the game cheaper and the price of the games. So and just the state of the economy in the world in general. I'm like, maybe I do like with the Switch One, and I got it for the second banger of a game. So maybe I might wait after Christmas.
Okay.
I might.
But then again, you may change your mind. Who knows?
I mean, if I wake up fucking the next day, because I'm not staying up with you girls, fuck that. But like if I wake up the next day and they're like, oh man, wow, pre-orders are abysmal. There's still pre-orders left. I'll be like, maybe I'll fuck around and find out. But I'm not. Mm-hmm. I'm like that cool down period. I'm like, I'm not going into. I don't want to do the online refreshing the website and try. Like I don't have that dog in me, gang. So so I might see. If I can get one, I can get one. If I can't, it's fine.
Joelle, have you changed your mind at all, or are you still going to be attempting to purchase one?
On the Wii morning. Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I'm going to do it because I want it. And I also feel like if I don't do it now or June 5th, I'm concerned that it's going to become way more expensive.
Oh,
yeah,
so
you can see that
go up in price.
Oh, yeah, like just because it's with the way the past 4 months have been going, like things are already going up. I bought PC parts last November to try to get ahead of all this tariff BS. Mm-hmm. And I'm really glad I did that because some of the stuff that I'm like things are out of stock or they're way more than what I paid for. So a part of me thinks that it's not going to get any cheaper than what it is right now, and it's the same price as when Nintendo announced it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, it's the same price US. It's still going to it's $500 $4.99 with the bundle, which if you're gonna do, like, I don't know, you should just get the bundle because the game's cheaper. Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna get the bundle, and I don't think it's gonna get any cheaper. The accessories have gone up in price slightly. I may pick up a Pro controller because I just have one Pro controller right now, and the old from the Switch, the first Switch, that Pro controller will work on the Switch too. And if the main game is going to be Mario Kart, then I felt like I might as well just pick up another controller. But then I'll probably wait until like special edition stuff comes out to pick up any more controllers. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try, and I'm gonna be up and trying to get my hands on it. Really gonna try for the Best Buy one because they have the midnight release for when it comes out, so you can stand out at Best Buy and try to get it. Early mornings of June 5th. So I am going to try Best Buy first and see if I am successful in that endeavor. And then if not, then I'll go for a different vendor. So, yeah.
I saw an article, I don't remember where it was right now, but it was US focus, that like one of the retailers was saying if you ordered it by a certain date and got your pre-order in, they were guaranteeing to have it to you in the morning shipment on June 5th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought that was wild. I didn't see anything of the equivalent in Canada. The only thing, Best Buy, you can sign up for an email to know when pre-orders go live or whatever.
Yeah.
Did I look at Walmart? I don't remember if I looked at Walmart. Amazon had nothing. So yeah, I'm just curious to see. So I'll just end up buying it. My thing is I'm afraid that what I really want it for is Pokemon. And if I don't get it in June, I won't be able to get it. And here's the thing. I do actually play my Switch a lot when I do get into the games. And I am on the review model of the Switch. I don't think it has much left in it at all.
Yeah.
You're
like a power user. Out of like the three of us, I think you use your Switch the most.
Yeah, I am pretty well even back and forth between the Switch and the Xbox right now. Mike is the heavy user of the PlayStation, and I'm back and forth between those two. And yeah, I think I will use it a lot. And hopefully all the games that I'm actively playing, like when we go to travel to Mexico is the day that Fantasy Life comes out. And I'm going to bring that with me. I'm hoping I can easily transfer over that game that it'll play on Switch too. But at the same time, if I can't, I can't, right? And kind of the way I look at it is a little bit of it's a reward to myself.
Yeah, it is a definite, I agree. I'm like, I'm in a treat myself mode, and I have one of the first Switches from the original launch of 2017, and I've been playing that thing, nonstop. And there's some games that I haven't finished on it because the graphics were doo-doo and like it ran poorly. And so I thought, well, if I grab this, I can finish some games. And then also because I have a Nintendo Online account, I get to replay Breath of the Wild with those buttery, smooth frame rates, and I'm actually really excited for that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't finish that game. I may do that too. I mean, it's going to be tough though. There are so many games left to come out the rest of the year it'll be like trying to find time. But yeah, I'm in the same boat. Maybe it'd be a good idea to try and play that a game again, because there are moments in some games where she chugs that old
it's painful.
2017 Switch.
Yeah, it's painful. And so I agree. I'm just like, I deserve this.
It's my only mobile gaming device too. I don't have I've refrained from purchasing something like a Rogue Ally or anything like that, because I'm like,
True.
I know that when the Switch comes, that will be my mobile device, right? And I'm hoping that because of the nature of this device being closer to and around the same price point, especially here in Canada, of some of those higher end mobile devices, that hopefully I'll be able to play some of the games that I, probably wouldn't have on that device. So, I'm going to attempt. And I've already got my name in on that other one within the Nintendo website. So we'll see what happens there. But one of the cool things, because, we're in the marketing season here now for Nintendo Switch 2. Did you guys ever see the Super Nintendo commercial from back in the day with Paul Rudd in it?
Yes.
Yes.
So he has now reprised his role from that older commercial and cosplayed as himself, and is now in a Nintendo Switch 2 commercial that is in the same vein, where he's kind of like mouthing the same words and doing it all over again with long hair and essentially just showing that Paul Rudd doesn't age ever.
That's ridiculous.
Because that original one came out in 1991.
That was his first role. That was his very first role that he booked. And then I think actually that helped him get the role on Clueless, because that was kind of his breakout, was Clueless. So
no way!
Yeah. He actually did a really cool behind-the-scenes interview with IGN about this commercial, which I found to be really informative and really fun. So if you're interested in behind-the-scenes and like how this all came about, and extra little like clips and fun little tidbits, the interview that he did for IGN was really good and well worth the watch, in my opinion. So that was
fun. Put that link in the
I will,
in the doc, and then we can add it.
Yes.
Yeah, the commercial has him, so he plays kind of like the similar thing as this thing, but then it kind of like almost goes like breaking the fourth wall, and he ends up starting to play Switch 2 with some of the collaborative features that it has in the console. And he plays with fellow actors Joe Lou Truglio, who you probably know from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Superbad, as well as Jordan Carlos, who's in the Colbert Report and Night Show with Larry Wilmore, as well as a girl who's supposed to be Paul Rudd's niece.
Yep, it's his niece.
And there's a lot of smack talking back and forth as they play Mario Kart World. That was really cute. So it went from like a parody into a very self-aware a la Deadpool, but obviously PG, and then into showing off stuff that the Switch 2 can do. I thought that was fun.
It was a great marketing tool, honestly.
Totally.
Oh yeah, it was really, really well done. Yeah.
Moving off the Switch 2 train, I'm not sure who added this story into the doc, so I might throw it over to one of you ladies because I haven't really read through it too much. Marathon.
Yes. So Bungie did a whole event last week. I forget which day, but they revealed Marathon, the long-awaited new entry into the FPS series. I think the last Marathon game was somewhere in the 90s.
Wow.
But they had this, like, they did this short film. I forget who directed it. It's like a very well-known sci-fi director, but it was really well done. It felt very, very cyberpunk. Not as in the game, but just like the genre. They're really leaning into that. They even have like the acid. I love the branding, the acid green branding.
Mm-hmm.
Like these neon colors that are very much used in these types of games. Like Cyberpunk 2077, they use the bright yellow as well.
Yeah.
But essentially, Marathon is going to be an extraction shooter. Some people are disappointed because they wanted a single-player experience like the original games. I'm not surprised, because the Bungie of today, they have this live game expertise. Mm-hmm. You know, they're known for Halo and Marathon, and Halo is a single player experience, but what the bread and butter of Halo was really the multiplayer part as well. So you can see with Halo how they moved into multiplayer, and then Destiny being completely an MMO. So I was not surprised it was a live game. The premise is the world is of Te Seti 4. Roman numerals. I hate them. It's a lost colony who the inhabitant disappeared without a trace. So now rival faction compete for the resources left behind. So you go in, you loot, you shoot, and you get out. So players will be runners. Basically cybernetic mercenaries with unique abilities. And yeah, it's releasing September 23rd, if I remember correctly. Yeah, September 23rd on Steam, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS with full crossplay and cross-save.
Oh,
wow.
That's cool. Wow.
That feels like... What game did that to us? Was it a Fallout or something where they announced it in the spring and it came out in the fall? There was like 4 or 5 months in between announced and we were playing it.
I think Fallout 76 was like, hey, we're doing a MMO, and then it was like, boom, it's out.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember now what game did that. But like, I mean, talk about this game for quite a while, so go ahead, Joelle.
I was going to say Diablo. I know Diablo was cross-platform, but maybe that's not what you were talking about.
No, mostly just that, like, we knew that they were working on something, but we had no idea it was Marathon, right?
No, they had announced that they were working on a Marathon.
A Marathon? Okay.
Reboot, yeah. And maybe it's because I'm like, it's very inside baseball for me, but they were actively putting Marathon in some of their job postings.
Okay.
So
I'm watching the trailer. It looks really good.
It looks gorgeous.
It's really cool. Really, really like nostalgia, like early 90s, but modern in all of the like lighting and graphics, and it's really, really cool.
As much as Cyberpunk felt very like 2000s for me, this feels like what if like a bit like how Fallout is stuck in the 50s, 60s. Like, I think Marathon was like, what if we were stuck in the 90s and kept that aesthetic going well into the future? I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. In terms of, like, people being like, oh, no, it's going to be another Concord. It's going to flop. I am not that pessimistic because Bungie is the king of gunplay. They make good shooting. They got good shooting mechanics that feel good. Like Destiny has great guns. Like the Halo games that Bungie made had great gunplay. Like the bread and butter of this is like the 3 C's, right? The 3 camera controls, character. And I think Bungie has that down to a T. So I think this is a live game that will find its audience like Destiny did. Because I think in terms of like community and game and everything, I think Destiny's on its last legs. It doesn't feel like Bungie really wants to keep heavily investing into Destiny. So I think they're going to let Destiny sunset and look into like building off of Marathon.
Yeah.
As much as it's like, we've seen extraction shooters before. I'm like, yeah, but if they find their shtick, like if Apex can find its niche within the battle royale realm by basically being a Fortnite for adults, I think Marathon can find its audience, because it's not just like gun game with a different skin, just like, you know, like Marvel Rival works because it's gun game but with the Marvel license, right? I think this will have like, if it's this pretty and it feels as good as other Bungie gun games and has great mechanics, like, you know, maybe more like on less around like jumping around and shooting, maybe more parkour and things like that. And I'm optimistic about this release. I know a lot of people are pessimistic, like, oh no, it's a live game and like who needs another live game? I'm like, if they're basically carving out their audience out of Destiny because they don't want to support Destiny anymore, that's fine. That's on them.
Everybody going off being like, oh, I don't want another more of name random, you know, style of game, genre of game. Like, you don't know what they've got cooking. You don't know what kind of spin they have on it, mechanic thing. It could be the next revolutionary thing in that style of game. Like, you don't know until you try it out, or maybe it won't, you know. I just know. The presentation of it's really neat. The art style, like just flipping through that video, like when you see, it's weird and a little bit odd because it feels like there was this one shot that you saw where you're kind of like looking out through. It looks like you're inside one of the ships or whatever it is, and there's ground is below you, and you're looking out through, and you're seeing the dirt, and the foliage looks super hyper real, but everything else around it doesn't, because it has that weird aesthetic to it that they've done with the the weird, like, it's not cell shading, but it's freaking trippy is what it is. So I don't know. I'm curious. Let's see. You never know. I mean, from the people who made some of the top selling shooters that we have, you know, let's see what they've got figured out in this realm. I know I find it hard to do extraction games, mostly because the learning curve is so steep. I need more time to be able to figure it out, and I just end up... It becomes like, I don't want to stick around and learn something that's quite that hard. So I hope they have a good way to kind of like nurse people along who need it extra, while for those who are like obviously super swift to learn these types of games, they can kind of be off to the races. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you want to learn more, the website, I'm on the website, just marathonthegame.com. Like, it is cool. There's just really cinematic and kind of a neat interactive, showing off the graphics and aesthetics of the game. A lot of links to information and news media. It's really cool. So anyway, if you're interested, like if you want to check out the website's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna have an open beta soon.
Ooh.
I think you have to join their Discord to be in the, because they said alpha begins later this month. So I guess end of April. So if people are in the Marathon Discord, I think there's information there to try the alpha. It's coming in September, so between now and then, there will definitely be open alphas, open betas, stress test, stuff like that to try it.
Great.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be like Destiny. I think it's gonna find its audience, and I think it's something that they can nurse, and because that's what, I don't know. I'm sorry for people who wanted a single player experience. I'm like, have you met Bungie? Like, have you met the recent?
But would
Bungie?
you call, like, even their single player experiences, you can play with others. Yeah. Right? Like, thinking about Destiny and kind of how that works and the missions and the story mode that you do. Like, you play them with other people, right? So maybe there is, like, a campaign, per se, throughout this game for you to play, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they went through this whole, like, reveal trailer and the cinematic and showing the world and the lore. So I think it's going to be strong, like Destiny in that sense. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I get how, like, longtime fans wanted something that was more akin to what was released in the 90s. But I was fully expecting a live game, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Talking about bringing things back from days of yore, I was flipping around the internet today and saw that now by the time that this podcast comes out, there is essentially rumors borderline then turned into fact because there was an announcement that Oblivion is coming back. They're actually supposed to be unveiling a full Oblivion Remaster tomorrow, which would be Tuesday morning. So 4/22/25 at 11 a.m. Eastern on the Bethesda Twitch and YouTube. People are even thinking it's going to actually release the same time. So everybody can go back. They're going to
Beyonce it?
Yeah. Essentially is what people are thinking.
Amazing.
So Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, when did it initially release? I'm trying to remember now. It's been like this. I remember friends playing this back when I was in freaking grad school.
Skyrim, which is the one after, came out like 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, that was 11/11/2011, wasn't it?
Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls Oblivion Google tells me that initial release was March 20th, 2006.
Wow. Yeah, that was right when I was in the middle of grad school.
This is a 20th anniversary release.
Yeah,
Kat, you're right.
That's crazy.
That is
so
wild.
if that's the case, I imagine it's going to be an exciting day tomorrow. If like it's exciting for people who are fans of the game, but if they also like Beyonce shadow drop it, that's kind of wild. Because like when can people do that anymore? Like truly, in this day and age, who does that?
With a game that's 20 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah. That is so cool. That is, I hope so, because I know people are diehard fans and they love it and will play the bejesus out of it. And so I think, like, you know, in this time where we're just grasping for any sort of strings of hope and fun that we can get, at least in, you know, I just think that that's cool. If they do that, like great. I think that's amazing. Like, I think that's wonderful. Like, thank you for giving it to the fans that love the game so much and that want to play it on better hardware. Like, perfect.
Wow. I'm just clicking around the internet. Game Rant has a story out saying some Steam users are getting the Oblivion Remaster added to their library. Some fans have reported seeing the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster in their game libraries on Boosteroid, a streaming service connected to Steam. These reports are the latest in a string of leaks suggesting the remaster launch could be imminent. So that's on one. Let's see what else is saying. Oblivion. Okay, let's see what Forbes. What is Forbes saying? The worst kept secret in the industry is no longer a secret. Microsoft has just announced a live stream event for the game. It revealed that was first revealed in court documents during the Activision case, and in recent months have been confirming by half a dozen reputable sources that it was on a way to shadow drop something Xbox has done in the past. It's been announced that there will be a live stream tomorrow, April 22nd, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. PT on Twitch and YouTube about the project. I'm saying, and this is in the voice of Paul Tassi from Forbes, I'm saying this is also the likely release date as it stands to reason the show will probably end with a big "and you can go play it now" moment, given that behind the scenes of places like Steam, things are already spooling up, including a reportedly leaked file size of a rather large 120 gigabytes.
Yo.
Woo!
120?
Yeah. If it's not tomorrow, it's certainly by the end of the week. It makes sense that a stream like this would exist, given that you're not literally going to throw something like this into console or PC stores without even a word. So the stream will go through how it looks, plays, and what changes have been made to modernize the game to some extent. Again, a number of these changes have already leaked, ranging from blocking to archery to stamina. Wow. This is a big deal. The game is not being remastered, but remade in Unreal Engine 5, and shots we've seen, you guessed it, leaked, and from this time the studio working on the game itself, Virtuous, looked rather incredible. If it also looks that good in motion, everyone is in for a treat.
I never played Oblivion, so
me neither. I just watched. Now I'm like, curious.
If they got some good quality of life upgrades on there, I'm in.
Yeah, if you want to buy it, I'm on Steam right now, and the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Game of the Year edition in USD is $14.99. If you want to buy the deluxe version, it is $19.99 USD, and then the summer bundle, which includes Skyrim, Oblivion, and Morrowind, which is Elder Scrolls 3. That price is at a 10% sale price of $67 USD. 3 games for $67. So anyway, if you're interested in, I guess if you buy it and it's in your library, you get the upgrade.
I don't know. Good question.
That's what it sounded like from what you read in the
I mean, but like, who knows? This is what people are saying that they're seeing. So I'll add these other articles here, but like, we will truly know tomorrow when all will be revealed, right? Wild. Which is fun. It's fun.
It is fun. This is great. I love this. This is wonderful. Thank you, like, studio owners and heads that think of this. Like, I think this is great.
Thank you for selling the same shit but better. Honestly, that's what we want as millennials.
That is what we want.
As millennials, we just want to live the days of yore, but with the rose-colored glasses that we have, because we are living in rose-colored glasses, and we know old game is old. Yeah. So give us old game with new coat of paint. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, because we know we have jobs now, and we can't stay up until 2 a.m. all the time playing these games. So
but we can. You did it the other day.
Well... Oh, that's true.
Out!
Called out. I did. Granted, I hadn't done that in a really long time.
So we can cherry pick those ones. Hey, I'm gonna stay up late to try and pre-order something. So
that's true.
There you go. It's way past my bedtime. Yeah. And with that, I think this recording is way past my bedtime. Conclusion for this show. If you enjoy the things we've talked about, please check out the show notes on girlsongames.ca for all the links to the stories mentioned in this episode. We added a few that kind of evolved as we were talking about the stories. If you have the power to rate and review a podcast, GoGCast, where you are consuming it. That'd be much appreciated. Why? It helps with discovery, pushes us up in the rankings, and any comments help us with our show and constructing it. I'd like to give Kat and Joelle a chance to shout out their social media handles so you can follow them anywhere and everywhere online. Kat, where can people find you?
I am CSDSBINS, Says Debier on Blue Sky. Instagram are pretty much the only two I'm still active on right now, although you can find my Twitter account, I guess. But I mostly shitpost in the Girls on Games Discord.
Joelle, where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram at JoelleLauren87, on Blue Sky at Joelle Lauren, but always hanging out in the Girls on Games Discord. If you're interested in submitting a game for the 500th anniversary, come and join the Discord and say hi.
Yeah, just a reminder on that one. So yeah, we'll have that Discord channel set up and ready to go real quick. You're probably already seeing it because we recorded this in the past. I am Leah Jewer on most social media platforms, but of course, you want to know everything there is to know about Girls on Games, you can track us down at The Girls on Games on X and Facebook. Just Girls on Games on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Discord.me/Girls on Games and continue this conversation and more. But of course, if you ever want to know anything at all, you can track it down at our home base. That's our website, girlsongames.ca. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Joelle. It's been another lovely week in video games, and I'm going to go play 2 Point Museum until I can pre-order a Switch 2. All right, bye!
Bye.
Bye.